An unexpected clash has made its way on the Misfits and DAZN X Series 14. The old guard versus the new guard. A returning young bull taking on the surging veteran. It's Adam Brooks versus King Kenny as they collide on May 11th in a fight that could drastically change the futures of both. It's my pleasure to welcome them both in, gentlemen. How are we? Let's start with Adam.
I'm good, thanks. You all right, mate?
Doing fantastic. Kenny, how are you, sir?
Feeling great.
Oh, it's great to have you both here. This is such an interesting fight. Let's kind of talk about how it came to be. Adam, is this the fight that you wanted?
Listen, from the start, it's the fight that I wanted. You know, I'm a big fan of Kenny. I've been watching sort of crossover boxing for a while. My son's a massive fan. We've been to all the shows. I'll have to admit that my son's a massive King Kenny fan as well. So that's a bit awkward. That's a bit awkward. So I've had all his friends sort of messaging him today saying they can't believe I'm fighting you. So I'm hoping they're backing me, but I'm not 100%. But
they're my kids. They're my kids now. I'll raise them.
Kenny, I'm curious, how did this matchup come about? Was this the name that you were like, yes, let's pull the trigger on it?
I mean, yeah, obviously coming off of a loss of Anthony Taylor, I've had a few months off. They listed me a few names. I know I didn't want to fight, and he's won his last two, I believe. So he's undefeated. He somewhat knows how to fight. So I thought this would be a good fight for me, to get back into the groove of, boxing, because I still want to have more fights,
Yeah. Let's unpack that last time out against Anthony Taylor on the Prime card, October 14th of last year. How do you reflect on that night?
To be honest with you, it was just an awkward, he's an awkward fighter. There's nothing more to it. He was just hugging the whole night. It was just a bit of an awkward thing to deal with. As a fighter, obviously, we've gone back to the gym. We've refined that, how to deal with certain situations. And I've had a long time off, so that's a long time to work on a lot of things, offense, defense, just becoming an all-round complete fighter, We're one step getting there.
Yeah. Adam, when you watch the tape on King Kenny, what stands out? What can you take advantage of?
Look, to be fair, on the night he beat Winderson, I tweeted Kenny looked like a pro. And, it was very impressive. It's probably one of the most impressive crossover boxing performances I've watched. So I know that he's very technical. He's quick. He's youthful. I've got a lot against me on this, but everyone's beatable, and a puncher has always got a puncher's chance. And one thing I will warn Kenny is that I've got a big right hand, and I'm spiteful with it. And as I Instagrammed you earlier, mate, I'm coming hunting for that chin. You show it, and I'm gonna hit it, mate. And
bro, you haven't knocked out any. So okay, so the people that you knocked out, how many fights have they had?
Well, the Bash is like a street fighter, unlicensed fighter he's been fighting his whole life.
Okay. And Rhino?
So I knocked him out. And Rhino was, I believe, 4 or 5-0, and he'd knocked everyone out that he'd fought against. So
Rhino was 5-0.
4-0, I think he was. But then I've seen something else that said he was 5-0. But listen, Rhino had been boxing 20 odd years. So we'll see, mate. People didn't expect me to knock Rhino out.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Let's unpack that, Adam, and keeping it with you. Huge KO. It's kind of a comeback in that fight as well. Describe that night for me.
Look, to be honest, I think the occasion got to me a little bit. I had a few things going on at home and at work in the build-up to that fight as well. So I felt a little bit drained. I was blowing a little bit in that second round. And there was many reasons for that. I wasn't training right. Look, I think the nerves got to me, and I think I calmed down the second round. And then I was looking for the openings. I was a lot better, a lot smoother the second round, and I had my head with me. But first round, I just lost my head a little bit. I think the occasion got to me. I wanted to impress everyone there. York Call meant quite a lot to me for personal reasons as well. But yeah, whatever they're looking at, they've got a round and a half to look at me at. I've got 25, 26 rounds of Kenny to look at. What does he revert back to? What happens when he's under pressure? It's all right saying, you're training and you're working on new things. Habits have a tendency to come back. So we're looking at all his habits, what he does in certain situations. Look, at the end of the day, boxing is a science, and we're studying every day. My coach, Simeon, is bang on. I think he's going to become a big coach in the scene as well. and we're working on new things every day. So, you know, whatever they think is coming from that fight from Rhino, I'm going to be a completely different fighter. I didn't do a lot of things that were drilled into me before that fight. I was dropping my hands. I was getting excited. But look, again, I think I showed as soon as I do connect that there's a problem. So we'll see how his chin is come May the 11th.
We've seen how my chin is. First of all, I don't think you're going to touch me, but we've seen how my chin is, even with the most dangerous puncher in the whole scene, Sensei, and I was still there, ready to go again. So I don't think. Obviously, I'm not underestimating your power, but I don't see that much of a threat with your power, to be honest. So
that's good. That means you'll be relaxed.
That's good. That's the best way to fight, in a relaxed state. You don't want to be tense.
No.
I am curious, Kenny, do you feel that there's pressure associated with this comeback? You've talked about, you know, the bit of layoff that you've experienced. Do you feel some weight on the shoulders ahead of May 11th?
No, not really. Just, you know, doing what I do in the gym. Obviously, I'm going to train hard, and then everything that I've been doing in training, I'm going to showcase it on fight night. I've had a lot of fights now. I think the pressure of fighting is not really there anymore, to be honest. It's just me doing what I do. But yeah.
And Adam talked maybe about habits and tendencies, patterns. If you look at Adam, I don't know if you've watched the tape, what do you see from his style that you can exploit?
He's very open, man. He's very open all night long. Yeah, even just the jab alone is open to that. The body is open. He's very easy to hit.
You got to get close to get my body, mate. And when you get close, that's the danger zone with me. You know, go for my body, you're going to get hit every time. Every time. I like the confidence. Okay. You know what? I like the confidence, because for me, you're underestimating me. And that's what I want to do.
I've never underestimated anyone. I know you're coming in for smoke. That's why we're training hard. I'm just letting you know what we've seen. You know, you're open. You're very open. It's just simple as that.
And so, Adam,
you're going on 1.5 rounds, and as I said, what I did against Rhino is not the fighter I am now. You know,
but I could say the same for Anthony Taylor. That fight was like last year October. There's a lot of months I've been in the gym training, working on errors that fixing errors that was there in the fight. So I'll be a completely different fighter. I could say the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, a question I want to take it to is age. Age is a factor here. Some say it's a number, but in this fight, it is one of the storylines. Kenny younger, Adam a little older. Kenny, what do you think of the age differential coming into this?
To be fair, he's still training hard, even though he's 43 or 44.
44, yeah.
Regardless, bro. I'm sparring 43, 44-year-olds, and they're still giving me good work. So I know he's going to be coming in shape. So don't get it twisted. I'm not underestimating him. I know he's going to be ready. So people that are saying old man, old this, don't know that if someone's been training for a fight, they'll be ready to fight. So that's why I'm taking it serious.
And Adam, talk to me about the advantages of having that age, that wisdom on your side.
Look, I think one thing I don't think you lose when you're older is power. So I've still got the power. Obviously, look, I'm at a disadvantage because of my age. It's indisputable. But again, as Kenny said, you know, I'm not a normal 44-year-old. I'm a fit 44-year-old. I'm driven. I'm hard working. You know, and anyone is dangerous in that ring. Anyone that steps in that ring that is fit and knows what they're doing is dangerous. So again, whether or not they're underestimating me, I don't know. But I don't think age really does come into it too much. I'm getting absolutely trolled by a lot of your followers on Instagram and Twitter. I've screenshot a few. You know, I'm being called the granddad. Whose granddad is that? Whose dad is that? But look, it makes a storyline. And look, the pressure is on Kenny, because at the end of the day, the pressure isn't on me. Everyone seems to expect me to lose. I know what I'm about. I know what I'm going to bring. But again, I think even Leon Wells Will said it last night. If Kenny doesn't beat me, he's finished in this scene. There's a lot of pressure on him for that, you know. And I am coming to finish him in the scene.
Kenny, I'm curious your response to that. Do you feel with the loss here, that's it? I'm
not losing, bro. I'm training hard. I'm working hard. I'll be real with you. I'm not losing. So that's not even in my whole mindset. So yeah.
For sure. And I want to sort of look ahead. Obviously, there's a lot of importance on May 11th, and there's, maybe no point to think of the future. But Kenny, because of the layoff, what are the goals here coming into this return? What is potentially next with the win?
So after I win, I want to go on to have, a bigger fight. Some point, end of this year. We'll see what names Mams brings to me. But I really love boxing. It's good for me mentally and physically. I'm really addicted to the sport. Yes, I've lost a few times, but it's all about, working hard and, getting better at your craft. People forget I've only been in this like just 2 years and I've still got a long way to go to become a complete fighter. So I'm just, improving my skills. Every time I step in the ring, you see something different that I've been working on. I'm just excited to showcase to everyone what I've been working on, to be honest.
And Adam, what would it mean to spoil the return of King Kenny?
Well, I said this to Mams on a Twitter space last night. Like, when I beat Kenny, I'm going to be calling out Salt Pappy. I'm going to be calling out Slim, Winderson, some of the big names out there. I'm not here for long. My age dictates that, Ben. So I said I might have 4 or 5 fights left in me, maximum probably. So this is a boyhood dream. I'm doing it for my son, and many other reasons. And it's something I've dreamt about really since a kid. So I'm not going to let this go now when it's within my grasp. So, when I beat Kenny, I want the big names and the big names only.
I love it. Great stories on both sides. Second to last question I have for you both is just the secret sauce. Kenny, what
Hmm.
is the X factor coming into May 11th for you?
X Factor, what do you mean by that? As
X
in,
factor, what's going to get it done? What tool do you think is going to be the ultimate weapon that is, that's it?
bro, my right has been very sharp, man, this camp. I've been stunning, people with the right. Obviously my jab is good as always, sharp, but I think we've been really, really refining the right hand. So, once I see the opening, I'm gonna go straight for it.
Adam, same question. What is your secret sauce?
I'm not going to say. We've been working on a lot, and I think people. I've knocked 2 people out now. One with an uppercut and one with a straight right,
Yeah.
bang on the chin.
You knock people out with an uppercut.
What?
Wait, did you say you knocked someone out with an uppercut?
Yeah. Did you not see the Rhino uppercut?
Oh, you're talking about the fight. I thought you meant in sparring. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
No,
Okay, okay,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, no, no. But listen, I've dropped a couple of people in sparring recently as well. I've told
Really?
Ben, I'm
Damn, I'm
I see
scared.
you're I see you're training with pros. I've got a couple of pros that are helping me, Anthony Yarde. So I'm learning off some real good people.
Are
Um,
they, are they, are they going hard on you in the gym though? Because I don't think they are going hard on you, the pros. Be honest,
that's
be
for you.
honest.
That's for you to find out, mate. That's for you
Because
to
I don't.
find out.
That means they're not. Let's be honest. Let's be
That's
real.
for you to find
They're not.
out.
You know why I say that is because when you sparred your coach, your face had so many bruises. But then when you sparred Anthony Yard, a pro, there was nothing on your face. So I'm thinking,
Right.
nah, they ain't going hard on you. They ain't going hard on you, man. Be
So
honest, be
you've been
real.
studying my face, Kenny. I like it. I like it.
No, of course, of course. I'm fighting you. I have to study you. I'm fighting
Yeah,
you in a bit soon. So I need to know everything you're doing. I'm
yeah.
studying everything you're doing. I'm studying your fight, studying your training.
Good.
And then
Well, I'm
so
only putting out there what I want you to see, so just bear that in mind as well.
yeah, I know. I know that. I know that.
Yeah.
Games,
But still.
tactics, some
Listen,
maybe
mate,
deception.
then maybe next week I might do some promo videos and rub all baby oil on me as well, like Kenny does for the cameras.
Babe. All right, come on. I don't rub baby oil. On God, I've
Come
never
on.
done that. I've never done that. I've never done that. That's just
Come
sweat.
on.
That's just sweat. Listen, I train hard. That's why I sweat so much.
Mm. Nice bit of
Like,
lighting, nice bit of baby oil. You look fantastic. Fantastic for the videos, mate.
let's get to our predictions here. May 11th, live on Misfits and DAZN X Series 14. How is it going to go? Let's start with Adam Brooks.
I'm going to knock him out in round 2.
Round 2, knockout King Kenny. Your prediction.
Bro, it depends how I'm feeling on the night. I could finish him in 1 round. It could go the distance. Boxing's very unpredictable. I'm not going to predict anything. If I see an opening, I'll go for it. If it goes the distance, it goes.
I love it. Anything goes for King Kenny. And round 2, Adam, I'm going to hold you to it.
Listen, I was right. I was right when I predicted it on Rhino. I said in the interview before round 2. So I've got a track record of being right.
True. We'll see if history can repeat. Only one way to find out. That's by tuning in live on DAZN, Misfits and DAZN X Series 14. You can't miss it. Adam Brooks welcomes back King Kenny.